Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. This is your source for breaking news and culture where the politically homeless find our voice. If you're fed up with the echo chambers and are looking for a community that keeps it honest, well, you found your people. Let's get into it and tackle what actually really matters. A woman in Surprise, Arizona was arrested in front of her freaking 10-year-old daughter for criticizing the mayor. Yes, you heard that right. Freedom of speech is under attack. You arrested in front of her 10-year-old. That's happening in our country. I can't believe it. I've got some even wilder stuff. Imagine Kamala Harris and Tim Walz actually win the next election. What do you think happens next? There are rumors flying around that they're going to seize control of X and then keep their sights on Elon Musk. Can you even believe that? What does that mean for freedom of speech? Is big tech going to continue to get even bigger? That's what she said.
I'm going to come.
However, we have Quentin, Tarantino, and Bill Maher talking into the importance of doing everything in their power to win no matter what, while CNN piles on top of this whole feeling that they need to squash everything that is MAGA. This country will change forever, and I can't expect anything less from those two psychopaths. This is the Derek O'Shea Show.
Welcome to the revolution.
What's up, guys? Just a little intro. Hallelujah for intros. Good morning, Willie. Good morning, Valerie. Good morning, Pickles. Good morning. Yes, morning show. We must end free speech to preserve our democracy, every Democrat. Yes, and I have the clips, guys. We're going to have a bit of a freedom of speech party this morning. JFK Jr. effect 7%. And I'm going to get into that later tonight. I'm going to be researching everything that JFK Jr. and his family have been saying. I just can't imagine if my relative ran for a political position and I was speaking out against them. God, you must be kind of sick in the head. But let's get right into, first of all, I want you guys to keep this in mind for the entire time today. Everything revolves around this. So it's important to see this clip. No, this isn't AI, because I feel like every time there's anything negative about Democrats, every one of my comments are filled with, this is AI. This is AI, swear to God. This is MAGA Republican AI crap. Okay, so here is Tim Walz. Keep this in mind for the entire episode today. These are the people that, if they win, this is what they will do. And can we talk about how incredibly large that mouth is? Holy wow. Okay.
I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.
Especially around our democracy. What does that even mean? I don't know. I think it just means whenever we're in power, we have democracy, and when we're not in power, we have authoritarian rule. But this is the video. This video from Surprise, Arizona is a bit of a surprise. This video right here of watching this woman get arrested in front of her 10-year-old is psychopathic. She is speaking out against the mayor, and you're apparently not allowed to do that in a public forum. You're not allowed to say negative things. Hey, you're bringing charges towards me. Please refrain from speech. And I have the full breakdown of everything that happened, and we'll get into the discussion, but I think it's important to see this video if you haven't seen it already. And as somebody who also supports gingers, you should support her as well. Shout out to Arizona.
There are numerous public records requests that I have open right now that are, quote, pending legal review that I am entitled to request.
I've got to interrupt you here because...
Okay, are you going to stop the timer?
This is the public meeting forum that you agree to when you speak, and I want to read this to you, that there are oral communications during the city council meeting may not be used to lodge charges or complaints against any employee of the city or members of the body.
You're not allowed to complain about the city in front of the city. Oh, okay, so how do I do it? You write us an email, we just throw away. Okay.
Regardless of whether such person is identified in the presentation by the name or by any other reference that tends to identify him or her.
That's all fine, well and good, but that's
So-
a violation of my First Amendment
Yeah,
rights.
so that's, well, this is your warning, okay?
Warning for what?
A warning for attacking the city attorney personally.
This is all factual information.
You said that I had an ugly head, and I'm going to charge you for
Doesn't
that.
matter.
You're violating my First Amendment rights.
This is what you agree to when you first speaking. This is the form.
It is unconstitutional, Mayor Hall.
Well, this
it's
is my
not
meeting.
unconstitutional.
It is.
And if you're
The
gonna-
Supreme
if
Court
you're
has
gonna
upheld. I
continue-
could get up here and I could swear at you for 3 straight minutes, and it is protected
No.
speech.
Not in
No,
this
you
by the Supreme
democracy.
Court. It is.
No, you
Why
can't.
don't
Not
we
in
look at
this
case law?
democracy.
No, you can't.
I can.
So if you want to be
Also, the chair is
if you
engaged
wanna
in
be
debate,
escort-
so
do you
point
want
of
to be
order.
escorted out of here? Do you want to be escorted out
You're
of here?
Do you want a
violating my
spanking?
First Amendment
Stop
rights.
talking.
You are violating
Shut
my
up.
First Amendment rights.
That's your opinion.
It's not a
Okay.
matter of opinion.
Do you want to be
Yes, and-
escorted out?
And we don't allow opinions up in this, okay? This is a democracy. You're not allowed to have an opinion, okay?
Miss Massey?
That's hate speech,
Because
misinformation,
that's what's gonna
disinformation.
happen. And it's going to happen in the future also. Anytime you attack
That's
any
why you changed
staff
the
member
rules.
Or any
That's why you
city-
changed the rules.
This has been on the back of this form.
I understand,
all the
Mayor
time.
Hall, but
It's
that
on
is
a form.
completely unconstitutional.
No, it's
You're
not.
also
It's on a
engaging
form,
in
though,
debate, so
so-
you should actually be
Anyway,
yielding the floor to somebody else
okay.
managing.
Chief, could you have somebody come
Chief,
down here
she's-
and escort?
She's kicking my ass. Chief, can we get rid of her? She's starting to destroy my rhetoric, and I don't like that. And this is in front of a public forum where we respect what I have to say, not what you have to say. You're a citizen. You just voted me in, and I don't actually care what you have to say. So if you have anything negative to bring up here, write it in an email, put it in a comment post, and put it in your stupid Reddits, okay? God, MAGA, jeez.
Escort Miss Massey. out of
Really, is
this
that
chamber.
necessary?
Yes, I
In
think
front
it
of my
is.
10-year-old daughter, you're going to escort me
That's
out
fine.
for expressing my
She
First
can go
Amendment
with you.
rights.
She can go with you.
I'm not leaving.
Well,
No. I'm
We'll zoom
expressing
in.
my first. Do not touch me. Do not put your hands on me.
He's putting.
Do not put your hands on me.
Look at these disgusting
Do
white
not
men.
put your hands on me.
My favorite is this guy that's not even looking. He's like, I don't care. You know what? Who cares about our freedom of speech? I'm just going to let it slide. And I'm just doing my job. Shout out to this ginger. She just absolutely stood up for her rights.
Are you detaining me? Yes. Why am I being detained? Under what charges? Under what charges?
okay, so I'll.
Hey, I have personal property. Hold on. You cannot trespass me.
Yeah, I know. She can go out there. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to go into E-session.
Yeah, I'll entertain a moment to go into E-session. Thank God we dealt with that. God, it's sick. Violet says, oh my God, I just watched this a couple minutes ago. It's disturbing, and I hope somebody represents her and takes these weirdos down. I hope so too. Are there lawyers out there that are willing to put their name out there and not actually care about the repercussions of standing up for somebody like that? I don't know. I just feel like lawyers are scared to do that these days. I mean, back in the 90s, they would stay, represent people like O.J. Simpson, but today it's like, well, I'm not gonna do that. It's just, what a crazy world where men are just standing around watching it happen. And then we have this guy who's just like, ugh, so boring. I mean, these people are sick. Freedom of speech, it's such a weird thing too, because if you talk to any leftist, they'll tell you that it's not freedom of speech. It's just freedom without consequences. And she deserved her consequence. So I started researching what actually went down because I wanted to make sure that I didn't just have some kind of clip that I was going to share around and not understand the complete context of everything that's going down. And I read some of the articles that were coming out. There's not a lot of news coming out because why would news organizations support freedom of speech? Why would they want that to be a case? It's just, we live in a free democracy, okay? Even our journalists don't even care when they watch their own citizens get arrested for these things. And here's the biggest point from the article I read. To the extent the mayor believes the city has the power to limit the content of speech that is otherwise permissible by the statute, it may well be that the mayor exceeded the bounds Yeah, it may well. Yeah, of course he did. Of the opening meeting law by confronting the topic. Okay. The mayor believes the city has the power to limit the content of speech. God. I mean, these people that are all about democracy just really are praying and hoping that we become Canada. $10 says the ACLU won't represent. No, maybe like ACLU 20 years ago. And then this morning, I woke up to seeing that the biggest topic on the internet right now is Elon's freedom of speech debate. And my favorite is I like to read some of these leftists because I want to know what they're thinking about. Because you would think the party or the people that care about abortion or, you know, freedoms, and they were old hippies growing up. Oh, how the times have changed. But the biggest comment, the one that popped up for me right here, is Elon is fighting an imaginary dragon. And I'm starting to notice a very big trend right now when it comes to leftists everywhere, is that anytime you have any kind of gripes about anything, they'll call you crazy. They'll call you weird. If you have any kind of pushback about anything going on, oh, that's so weird. You're being weird. That's an imaginary dragon. You're making this up. They have trained themselves, and I think it's very powerful if you're very manipulative, have borderline personality disorder, or some kind of sick narcissist, that you are willing to manipulate people and lie to people straight to their face and just completely gaslight them. Oh, you're being weird. Oh, you're being weird. You're fighting an imaginary dragon. Elon Musk is making this stuff up. Elon Musk has no idea what he's talking about. Oh, these right-wingers, they think that they're just going to come after you. They're going to come after your guns. They're just going to come after your freedom of speech. That's what they do to you. So keep that in mind. These people are evil. You can't debate this kind of thing. You can't debate narcissistic, psychopathic assholes. You can't do that because these people will just lie to you. You can't debate a liar. You feel crazy. You feel like you want to reach across the aisle and just punch them in the face because you're there's no truth with you. You're just making up stuff. And then they look at you and they go, that's what you're doing. Oh, it's just incredible. But keep in mind that these people on the left, we're not actually having discussion. That's why Kamala Harris isn't pulling out any kind of policies anywhere. And there's debate over whether she should just put out her policies after she wins. But they are so fixated on crushing Donald Trump and his supporters. They have this sick fantasy of one day waking up and MAGA Republicans becoming completely extinct. They have this like weird fantasy of like, okay, so if we defeat Donald Trump this election, we never have to deal with MAGA again. And they think, oh, now we can just come back to just civility and have the hard-hitting Republicans like George Bush. So listen to this. And I know Cory Booker's a total idiot, but I think this is important. So these two clips back to back, I think kind of paints the picture. And here we have Jake Tapper saying to Cory Booker, why should people trust you guys? Why should people trust you guys thinking that you're going to actually change things for you when you've been in power for so long and you've made things worse? So here we go.
A new chapter? I mean, she's the incumbent vice president. Democrats have controlled the White House for 12 of the last 16 years. How can Democrats talk about a new chapter turning the page? You guys are the ones writing the book.
Ooh.
Well, you know that that's not true, Jake, because you know politics like I do.
There you go. Right. It's not true, Jake. You know politics like I do. You're lying, Jake. See, I'm gonna keep that as a trend. That's the trend.
Right now, we see the MAGA Republicans in Congress killing all kind of pragmatic policies that we need to get done. On the most contentious issue, we had a bipartisan deal settled on by Senator Lankford, a right-wing Republican, and Chris Murphy, a blue state Democrat. And what killed that deal? What killed the pragmatic progress? It wasn't the sensible Republicans.
Say that 10 times fast. Pragmatic progress. Pragmatic progress. Pragmatic progress.
But really people that were kowtowing to Donald Trump. His influence is egregious and incredible.
They are so fixated. Okay, and then we have these two boomers. Shout out to boomers. I love the boomers. Okay. But then we have these two in this podcast, and they're discussing the importance of winning. And then Quentin Tarantino comes out with this truth bomb because it shows how smart and intelligent these people are. They don't care about policy. They don't care. They don't care about vibes. They just want to win. Oh, blue? We vote blue no matter who. Listen to this. And excuse me for the curse words. I'll try to bleep them out as hard as I can.
Have a year
Right.
to set your case. I think they're just all about winning the fucking election, all right? And then the easiest path to winning the election, look, you can talk about maybe she should have had more guts about this or that and the other, but we're the fucking president.
Right.
I'm trying.
And Trump's not the president, and we're the fucking president, and now it's going to be about this. But this is about fucking winning. What most people...
Okay, he says it like 100 more times.
You're lying, dog.
I just wanted to stop it for you guys. I'm just like trying to catch the... The censor was not working. I was censoring him. Oh no. I'm not protecting freedom of speech. This has all been a lie. And I hate freedom of... Okay. These people, they just want to win. They don't care about policy. They don't care about anything. So you're not going to convince these people. You're not going to have a conversation with these kind of people that they just want to win. They want to squash democracy. They want to squash freedom of speech. And so remember, this woman was arrested for bringing accusations towards the mayor in front of a public forum. The right's response to anything that the left's response to anything that has to do with freedom of speech says that you're fighting an imaginary dragon. You're making this up. This is all just imaginary. And then we have Tim Walz saying this.
I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.
Around our democracy. Okay, and there you go. These people want to censor you. They want to take your freedom of speech. They want you to have the ability to not actually push back anything that they have going on in life. They want to squash you. They want you to not have freedom of speech. Why? Because then it threatens their power, it threatens their narrative, it threatens their message, it threatens everything about them. The reasons you need freedom of speech, democracy, you need accountability. You need some sort of accountability when it comes to what the freaking politicians are doing in the world. And the best accountability is X right now. That is the best accountability because the information is spread wide and far much better than any other platform I've been on, especially TikTok. TikTok is one of the worst. It protects individual rights because if something bad is happening to you and you can actually voice your opinion, the government can't squash it and say, you're making this up. You need a marketplace of ideas. You need people to have different ideas and different thoughts and different so that we can get better. If you're just a bunch of idiots that all just believe the same thing, we will all just become like Wall-E. Social progress, we need that accountability of power especially. And an informed public is important. It's just these people, these commies, these commie lights. They're like the Bud Light of communism. They're like, we're just testing it. We don't want to end your speech. We just want to curb it a little bit. Look, if you're going to say anything negative against us, that's the bad thing. And we want good things. We want good vibes. We're Kamala Harris. We're all about good vibes. We're good vibes. And when there's World War III popping off, the vibes will be so heavy, you won't know what to do with yourself. Think about how much vibes you'll have. When your sons and daughters are being sent to war, they're going to have good vibes. They're going to be marching with a new beat. And it's going to be gay. God. I don't know what's happening in Arizona with that woman being absolutely taken by a police officer for just voicing an opinion. Apparently, there's reports. No, take it with a grain of salt that she was slanted up against the wall in front of her 10-year-old in the back and that she is going to be suing for harassment and stuff like that, which I think she should. Do it. Idiots. These people, these like sick people in power, they think that they can just be whatever, make whatever rules up. They got a taste of making rules up during COVID and they thought, you know what? We can make stupid rules that people can follow, even if it's against the Constitution. So Let me know your thoughts on this, guys. If you guys don't mind dropping a like, I would greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this morning show. I've enjoyed this morning show. The theme of freedom of speech and freedom. yeah. Kamala Harris and her freedom. They sell you freedom, but that ain't free. That ain't free. They are communists, says Willie. Okay, another person I don't like. Yeah. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember, this election is going to be absolutely insane. This election is, all right, we have somebody on Rumble. Who gets to decide what is and isn't misinformation? Great question. It's these people. They get to decide. This is what information and disinformation is. It's your elected officials, unfortunately. And that's why you need to have the ability to spread misinformation. Freedom costs $1.05. Yeah, $1.05. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. See you guys later today.